Backing down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, battling. Got it back. Edey dunks it with Minyama. Edey gonna take it. Edey is just dominating. A Vince three off the back iron. Edey tapping, battling for it. Got it back. Offensive rebound. Swings the hook. Left it short. Another rebound. That time he hooks it up and in. Denver with 22. Picks up his second foul as you look at Zach Edey working on the offensive glass.
This is Z-Bounds 2.0. What Zach Edey was able to do on that possession there, and even
up 2 early fouls. Williamson going downhill, which he loves to do. Edey, oh wow, a double team block. Good job of collapsing on Williamson.
Good job, Zach Edey being there for the help position.
Consecutive starts, and as a starter, he's averaging 16 a game and a lot for Edey. Santi Aldama to the scores table. Jaren was 6 early with a couple of threes. He'll try another. He'll make another.
Couldn't ask for a better start from him. Perfect from the field. And how about the up top to the big fella for a demonstrative finish?
Large man dunks. Timeout. Grizzlies by 7. 4 assists on 6 baskets. Change for the Grizzlies. Jalen Wells on the floor. Jaren Jackson Jr. is off. Cedric Howard foul line jumper sends it and scores it. 50% on mid-range shots. Sadiq Bey misses the 3. Rebound. And then a miss is Edey. What a big report. Final minute, first quarter. Aldama. Jaren out of the corner. His 3 is off. Williams and Conchar to start the second quarter. Jaren reels in the pass, lobs for Edey. Zach has everybody digging at it, and a foul, says Goodman, Petritis. And harassing Jaren there on the inbounds pass. Sets up Coward for 3. Edey, offensive rebound. He was being held by Misi.
Pressure the Grizzlies guards.
And this is where you're really missing having a true point guard. Edey floats it up and in. Edey's out of the 3. A Conchar 3 is off. Coward was crashing the glass. Basket hangs. Underneath, lays it in.
There you go. Don't reach against Zion Williamson. See, they keep the ball alive. Good find here. The pump fake and finish inside by Coward. But on the other defensive end, the rotations have been where they should be. Just not reaching. And they're making the Grizzlies have to score with Zach Edey.
Micah Peavy beat Zach Edey. Block shot. 6 on the shot clock coming back in. Don't lay it up there soft.
Peavy drives. Edey denies.
Spencer for 3. Got it.
Good D here by Jalen Wells.
Fears with the knockaway. Williamson spins away from Jaren. Attacks Edey off the high glass. Rebounded Jaren, and he gets fouled by Zion Williamson.
From the perimeter with Jalen Wells. Turnover there by Williamson. Here to start this third quarter.
Wells against Fears, gets a screen from Williamson. Murphy with 10 to shoot, guarded by Vince. Drives, and then misses, and the rebound to Edey. Edey also liked the fact that he didn't settle for the 3. It was available. Alvarado to the scores table. Micah Peavy in. Misi on the attack. Hooks, misses. Good defense by Edey. Rebound by Aldama. Santi. Edey. Nice. Over Bey. Too easy.
Nice look. Good job. Finally, the big rotator to get to the corner.
Vince stymied. What a wraparound pass to Edey for 2.
I'll tell you, another one of these games.
Shooter and possession for the Grizzlies.
A nice roll to the basket there by Zach Edey. The reason why he was a 2-time player of the year in college was that move right there with the jump hook, and then again, deep post position in the game, making plays.
Edey underneath, just waits out the defense.
Back to back.
It's going to be on Conchar, I think.
See here, Cedric Howard, good job getting into the paint, stepping through, and then Jaren. This pass this time, the finish with Zach Edey.
And the Grizzlies New Orleans basketball. So at least the Grizzlies have a successful challenge so they can go again if they need to. Fears, his runner is off. It's boarded by Coward.
Good job, Edey, staying with the play.
And then banking it home.
And again, the Grizzlies right here.
Queen. And now Williamson challenges Jackson on the baseline. Through the double team, and they scissor it away from him.
So Zach Edey has been fantastic in help defense here tonight.
Jackson against Williamson. Spins away. Coward going baseline. Edey
again. Right place at the right time.
First team foul here in the quarter, and there's Queen. Got the rejection, but Edey was right there. Big missed call. Edey, tough catch, and he's being pushed by Queen. With 6 minutes remaining, our International Paper Player of the Game, Zach Edey. You talk about gravitational pull. He's got it, and he has been a big difference maker for the Grizzlies tonight. Plus 25, 16 points, 9 rebounds.
He has been absolutely fantastic again. Since coming back from the injury, he has been the most consistent player for this Grizzlies team in terms of making winning plays on both ends of the floor. You see the offensive rebounds and putback. The big thing for me tonight, his help defense at the rim has been impeccable. It's the reason why he's our International Paper Player of the Game. 5
of his 9 rebounds on the offensive end on the floor now as we head into the final 6 minutes of regulation.
See if the Grizzlies can make another run.
Spencer's 3 is
another 15-assist game.
Zion, foul line jumper, out, boarded by Edey. Again, the Grizzlies attire the lead with a long one.
The pass.
Lob for Edey, and we tie the game at 1:15. Timeout, New Orleans.
Barney, you see why I say I like Cedric Coward playing in the paint? Not just the scoring, but also the assisting that he can do. And this Grizzlies team has been living in the painted area in this second half. The first half, they did okay. The second half, they have been fantastic at attacking the interior of this Pelicans defense. Not settling, not letting them off the hook, and up over the top, the big guys.
For New Orleans. Alvarado.
Good contest.
Edey with the denial of Misi at Jackson.
Nice
spins.
Move.
Should have been a goaltend. A lob for Edey, and it's all academic.
Well, you better get the 15th assist on that one.
Remain. Murphy gives way to Sadiq Bey. Another Bey 3. Short rebound. Zach Edey has his 12th rebound of the game.
He has been huge.
Trey Murphy, a 3 for the lead. It's off the back iron. Edey taps the rebound, and the Grizzlies have possession. The lead in the leather.
Zion here, saving Jaren with the 5 fouls.
Alvarado, a step back 3. Edey boards. Jackson.
Yes.
To Wells, and the Grizzlies.
Just this kind of effort team-wide, defensively, the way you guys play. You talked about it on the radio interview afterwards, but to see the collective effort that you guys showed tonight to pull this one out, what does that say about the progress that you guys have made?
I think it just says a lot about the group and the pride that we have and being a more physical team and controlling that paint. They made some threes, they made some shots and went on some runs, but I never felt like in the second half they got to the paint and got to the layups and like they did in the first half. I think that was a big emphasis for us, kind of going from first half to second half, really controlling the paint, don't let them bully us. I feel like they're the more physical team in the first, and we came up and we kind of flipped that on its head in the second.
Isolo said that at halftime you guys didn't have to watch video because you knew exactly what you needed to do. It was player-led from that standpoint. What was that like for them to come out and show?
Like I said, it kind of speaks to the guys we have in here. Everybody knew that we weren't doing what we were supposed to do in that first half, and they kind of made us look silly a few times because of it. So we kind of came out with the new folks in the second half, and right from the jump, I felt like we changed that.
We had a hard time there in the fourth, though, probably late in the fourth, generating good looks. But it's tough with Edey. You have 2 7-footers out there making it tough at the rim. We had a really good job sharing it, I think, for the most part.
Get into the paint.
Yeah, there's a challenge there. You can bring a small in, and stretch Edey out, but you give up something on the defensive end. You know, it was going to be a tough on the other end. And Eve had played well, you know, he played well. But it's tough when they just park him there, you know, on what you're going to do with Eve. We tried some different things. We got some stuff in the first half, you know, and obviously they were sitting on it a little more in the fourth quarter too. But, you know, they're big and they're physical. They make it tough on Z, but we'll continue to look at ways to that game. You know, Edey's a load though. I mean, he's tough. But I love the way, especially our bench came out and they, you know, they carried a bulk of that game. So that was the thought process. And you know, again, I could have gone small to spread the floor out with Z, but again, you're battling 2 7-footers on the other end. That makes it tough.
Yeah. Speaking of that, JB,
pushing that when it becomes a half-court game against them, it's going to be a challenge. Not just us, but in general, they're a very good half-court defensive team.